Hello everybody, GrayStillPlays, and I'm here checking out a new game for the channel called Epic Battle Simulator, or Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. So this is some gameplay coming from the game. This game is green-lighted on Steam and is currently in development. Very awesome stuff here. I want to show you guys a couple of battles. These battles are coming from the creator, and this is a little bit of a warm-up battle just to show you some of the things that the game can do. So real quick, if you don't know anything about the game, Epic Battle Simulator is looking to be a sandbox kind of what-if style game. Basically what you'll be able to do is pick from all types of different troops. The developer's looking at like orcs and trolls, and obviously right here we're dealing with World War II soldiers, American soldiers, and then some Roman warriors here coming up the hill. Just zombies and chickens and just all manners of things. And you could put an absurd amount on a map at any given time. So right now, we're looking at about 200 of these World War II soldiers versus about 2,000 of the Romans. You can see the Romans piling up the hill. There's those tracer rounds flying through the air. Now, for a long time, battles like this would be notoriously difficult to record. So the developer basically made his own rendering engine, and it works really good so far, I have to say. You know, you'll notice some repetition, obviously, and a bit of the animations and such, but look at this. Look as he pans out just how much crap is on the field. And this is only 200 on 2,000. Remember, we're going to be getting to a real big battle in just a minute here. So, this is one of the capstone battles that's in the title. This is an instance of 1,300 of those World War II soldiers versus 20,000 zombies. And this is the type of thing that, like, is just, this is what dreams are made of, basically. If you could do this as a human being, you know you would. So that's probably why this is now a thing. Now, you can see here, and just as in the last bit of footage, you'll be able to select a single unit, and you can kind of like, it's almost like, you know, over-the-shoulder style first-person shooting. You'll be able to control them and fight with them and everything like that if you want to do more one-on-one style battles. And that totally accurate battle simulator feel is there as well, where you can just like put down a ton of troops and just have them go at it. So right here you can see the zombies are cresting over the hill, and the crazy thing about this is just how many projectiles this software is able to have on the screen going at once. Like right now, you may be thinking to yourself, oh, that doesn't really seem like 20,000 zombies. That just doesn't really seem that bad. Well, just wait. It's gonna get a lot worse. And then after this, remember, we're gonna have to take a look at the battle, which I think is pretty much the biggest battle that's ever existed, you know, legibly in a computer generative software. A battle of 100,000 people. But anyway, over here, the rendering software, or the engine, I should say, this physics engine, which is producing all these projectiles, has arc and it has gravity. And that is so cool that there's there's actual contact being made here between the bullets and the creatures. So there is a contact that's occurring. Now right over here, we're getting a little bit of, look at the funnel of zombies as it comes down this pathway. You can see the World War II soldiers kind of holding the town square here. The darkness of the evening over here as the slightly epic music begins to play. And now you kind of start to get a feel for the size of this battle. Like, we just saw one little square where some soldiers were fighting some zombies. But now with the moonlight, that's a cool image right there. You got the glow of the moonlight, giant statue, a line of soldiers just mowing down the slowly shambling hordes of zombies as blood just pours everywhere. Look at them coming down the streets. Just every part of the streets has zombies just flowing through them. And this is the kind of stuff I think that's so cool. Like, everyone obviously would want to see, like, oh, who would win between Spartans and knights? Who would win between Persians and knights and all that sort of thing? But I think what people are really going to enjoy is the ridiculous stuff. Like, who would win if you had, 20,000 troops on the battlefield? Who's gonna look at the pile? You can start to see the pile of bodies is amassing and the creatures have to, like, walk over the bodies of their fallen zombie-like brethren. Oh, no. I think maybe we just lost one of the comrades there, one of the U.S. soldiers. The tracer rounds flying everywhere. It's an uphill battle at this point for the zombies because they have to, and look at this, there's so many, they're just falling off of the walls. They're trying to climb up the stairs there. A couple of bodies right up in there. You can see a few of the Americans have taken the high ground, and they're firing down below in the evening time. And I can tell you, the game has really progressed. Just the look of the environments and the textures and stuff has really come a long way. And to see scenes like this, to be able to put scenes like this together, I think is just going to be a friggin' hoot. And I can't wait to be able to play this. Now, this is a game that I've been talking with the developer. You know, it's kind of one of those things where when it's ready, he's going to start, you know, allowing us to kind of take a closer look at it, maybe put some battles together of our own, but just so neat. So these are two of the units that we're going to see in a second here in the massive battle. We just have the Romans and those heavily armored knights. And here you go. This is it. Look at, now there's going to be obviously some performance lag here. But I think what the developer was just trying to show was that there's lag, but this is playable. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're probably only getting a few frames a second. We're not looking at 60 FPS here, folks. But this is 100,000 men on the field. Look at the sea of people. You can't even tell. When he zooms out, you can't even tell that they're people. And then finally, kind of when you pass over those hills and stuff, you can see that, yes, there's actual human beings there. Look at the waves. It looks like two giant clusters of ants that are going to be charging at one another. And to be able to see battles like this, like, look at them here. Now as we get lower, you can see the spacing. The knights are kind of starting to jog a little bit there. You got however many freaking 60, 80 pounds of armor on. Who the hell knows? They're kind of starting to move their legs. And here comes the Romans. They're starting to come in as well. And then the giant clash in the middle. And it is just absolute freaking bedlam. You can see here, everyone's just... bodies are already hitting the ground. There is a lot of stutter. But again, I think this was just... well, this was a stress test. He did this specifically to stress his engine and to show what could be possible. I imagine... and you never know, too. Like, it's also possible that as our own technology continues to progress with our cores and stuff like that, and our processors and everything else, that this will be able to be a little bit more fluid. But look at how ridiculous this is. Like, those hills there, like, they look like hills, but they're not. That's just ground covered in men that are now going to fight for Rome. Or fight for the queen, or I don't know, whoever decides to do battle. But, you know, imagine like, you know, 50,000 trolls versus 50,000 dwarves or something like that. Like all the types of different fantasy races that you could shove in here. Or even crazy stuff like, you know, maybe just 5,000 soldiers against 50,000 knights. You know, could they close in time? Even if they did get closed in, would they be able to cut down the soldiers before the automatic weapons ended up shredding them? Would the armor do enough? So, this is one of those things where we're probably dealing with units that have health values and everything else, and you break it down, it's a bunch of stats on a figure, but this kind of stuff, I think, is just the creativity that you're allowed to have with games like this. This is why I love games like this, man. This is why games like this really freaking get my freaking blood up, my blood pressure going, because you have that opportunity to get some feedback from, well, you guys, like guys like you guys, and be able to ask, what kind of battle do you want to see? What sort of ridiculousness do you want to see? And before, in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, you kind of like, you can't really suggest like 5,000 of this on 10,000 of this. It's just not possible. But to see that it's maybe now able to actually happen is just, I think that's really cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more footage from this video. If you guys want to see more footage, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Again, I'm going to put a link to the green light on this. Till the next time, folks, stay foxy and much love.